So there's a benefit. Ideally, training outside gives you a wide range, full range if you want to call it that. Training in an enclosed area obviously limits your mobility and your range of motion. So you could train in a way that provides you the most ideal environment. That being that, let's say, in the event that you needed to use whatever said tool, that you have everything that you want, full range, you can do whatever you want without any obstructions to anything. You don't have to control your movements. You don't have to worry about up, down, I guess maybe. You don't have to worry about the sides. So, the tighter the space, obviously the more risk. So, but there is a benefit to it. Because if you learn how to keep it nice and tight, you don't have to go crazy either. But you learn how to keep it nice and tight, you don't go too high, you don't go too low. If you ever get stuck in an environment where you do have limited space, you don't have to worry so much and be insecure. Because if you're used to using your full range, and then you find yourself, you go to a park or the backyard, you train in a big open space, yeah, sure, you can do more tricks, but you don't want to necessarily do tricks. This is just for hand-eye coordination, and for familiarity with it. You don't want to do tricks. You want to be able to know keep it tight. So, then also, right. That's different. You do sticks. Ideally, in my opinion, metal pipes are the best, some of the best training devices that you could do. But you have to also train with wood because you might only have wood available to you. So, but I like um, and then you need to remember, there are no rules. I think there's two thrusts, forward and either the backhand, because you're always going to have some lift. But train, I got two of those. Train double-handed, single-handed, because you want to be able to do train different grips, because when I really get going with these, because they are painted, they have a coat to them, they start to slide out of my hand no matter what. So different than, they'll start to slide too though, but for a different reason. So nice and tight. Always change your stance. Don't be one-sided. One hemisphere of your brain, each side of your brain controls one side, the opposite side of the body. If you want to change your entire perspective on life, it's not going to obviously like make you a genius necessarily, but if you do want to increase your brain power, think about the more limited your movement, the more limited your creativity. So there are people on the highest level, I'm not saying I'm the highest level, I'm just mediocre. There are people at the highest level of fighting who, when they get in a stance, have to say like this is their stance. And I mean, we'll say competitive, because it's combat, it won't be prolonged so much. But if you're in a competitive thing, and the person's got a good kick, and they're constantly fighting, if you can't switch your stance up, your leg, doesn't matter how high. If you look at, my favorite fighting is to watch is K1, old school K1 from the 1990 to like 2004-ish. I'm sorry, 1998 I think to even 97 they might have it. But there are guys that that's the highest level at that time. And when they get in the ring, they can't ever make that adjustment. And it's only a mental block, because your body is capable of doing the same thing on both sides. The only thing that prevents you is familiarity. So, always keep, when you're doing two, always keep you're gonna get tied up. You don't have to go fast either. Well, actually, let me just do this for fun. This is funny. I got these out of a homeless shelter that was remodeling the kitchen. These were the kitchen counter legs. I was looking at them like, dang, those look crazy. And so put tape around them. The cool thing too is they have these holes in them, I guess for ventilation. So when I really get going, I haven't done two in here, actually. When we really get going, these I'm not gonna mess around with in here too much. So, because these, you have to go with the momentum. That's the thing. The good thing about the weights is that when you're doing something with metal, the weighted pipes, or even, so it's good, it's really good for wrist strength. But this will never do inside either. So this was from a bed frame from some rich mansion house in Toluca Lake. I got two of them. So you see they're nice and thick. They're rust proof, I guess, what do you call it? Stainless steel. So, but the catch is, I've never done this inside. Once you start going, when it has weight, like that's what I meant with those things, when you get in a momentum, you can't do like a stick and stop, because you'll fuck your wrist up. So if you're doing a weight thing, the primary reason you're doing a weight thing is, in one sense, you're tracking your momentum and forging a path. I guess like a Bruce Lee, flow like water. You have to flow like water when you're doing something with momentum and weight. Because you want to find the easiest route, the easiest movements, and the smoothest movements that you got. So that you don't hurt yourself, you don't hit yourself, because when this is spinning, if you step the wrong way, because you could, and you hit yourself, or if you're gonna go up, because you could do, again, all kinds of things, go up, and you, like if I drop that stick on my head, it doesn't matter, but if I drop this on my head, this is gonna hurt. And so, this catch is, if you're gonna do weighted, it's important to recognize that, hold on, this is dirty, oh well. It's important to recognize that you can't fight the momentum. You have to let the momentum teach you the right movements. So anyways, that's it.